All right, guys. So happy New Year. Stephen Villabona, broker here with PADLAB here in Scottsdale. I wanted to make these videos to just kind of put some training videos out there about utilizing our CRM system here, what we use at PADLAB called Lofty, formerly Chime. But yeah, this is our CRM. We have all of our leads that populate in here. And I am just going to be cold calling for the next, well, not cold calling. They're like warm calls, follow-ups, because this is really a big thing that I feel like our industry lacks and misses. I feel like a lot of agents fail out of the business because of the lack of follow-up. A lot of people that I've seen, at least in the last 10 years of being in this industry, or actually longer, 11, 12 years now, it's crazy. A lot of what I've seen agents, they call once, they call twice, they think that's enough for a follow-up, and that the client's secretly going to magically want to work with them after that. But the reality is, we got to be following up constantly until we get them in front of us. It doesn't usually, clients don't usually convert until I think the number is like at least 8 to 15 touch points. So we can't just assume that once we call once or twice or send them a text message that they're going to just come back around and find us and want to work with us. So we need to get in front of them as much as we can, as many attempts as we can. And these are just leads that, have been in our pipeline. It could be anywhere from new leads as of the last week up to, I don't know, a year ago, but I'm going to follow up with them and I'm going to show you guys how I use Lofty, kind of my general practice. And, so right here under people, this is the general lead dashboard. We have 9,700 leads. It's insane, but this is like an ongoing list from probably a decade. But what I would typically do first is I would probably go through our new leads first. We are running a separate campaign right now, so the new lead category is a little messed up. I'm just going to go through agent, mine, registration date. Let's just do in the last, it's January now, so let's just do last month. Okay, so these are new leads that we have that registered last month that are new that we haven't even followed up with. So I'm going to call each one of these, and then you guys are going to get to see what I say with them, how do I convert them, just kind of the conversation flow. And we'll just kind of go from there. So we'll start with this person here. So when we open up the lead dashboard, this is kind of what you see. And this is all the correspondence. So we can break it down just by general notes. So right here, the system notes, this person, Caitlin, registered on our website December 24th, so right before Christmas, on a rental listing that we showcase on one of our websites. So the way that we generate our leads, primarily we have a website that we built that essentially is like a bunch of different landing pages of a bunch of different communities across Phoenix that we just like, and Google picked them up. So anytime you Google that property, if a client's like driving by, they Google it, whatever property, Phoenix or Scottsdale, our website is typically one of the first 3 searches that show up. And so they just magically land on our page and inquire with us. So it's great because these leads are warm. They're not just like cold leads out of the blue, and they're interested in doing something. The one caveat to that is that these leads are probably 70% rental leads. But if you're going to complain about business, then get out of the business, and if you're entitled to wanting to only do sales or this or that or multi-million-dollar homes, then get out of the business, because, you got to start somewhere. And, these are great clients to work with, especially people on the higher end of the rental budget spectrum, because they could potentially convert to potentially buy. You don't know who they know. And you just got to ask the right questions. But every time that I work a rental lead, one of the questions that I always ask is, have you considered buying at all instead of renting? If you don't ask that, then you're just doing it wrong, because I've converted a handful of deals over my career from rentals immediately into a sale. And so a lot of people, they just think they want to rent because that's what they're thinking, and instead they don't really even think about buying until you bring it up. And, being also that we have a mortgage company too, I'm a little more familiar with some of the mortgage platforms that we have, so I can kind of educate them on those things. And if you're not familiar with, the mortgage programs out there, please either reach out to our mortgage team or partner yourself up with a mortgage loan officer and learn the programs that are available so that you can educate your clients, because that's really going to be the best way for you to convert more deals. If you don't know the conversation that you need to be having with the clients and ways to advise them, then you're just doing it wrong and you should be out of the business, all right? So just because we're real estate agents doesn't necessarily mean we only need to know real estate. Do yourself a favor, learn up on mortgage programs, just general stuff like what is FHA loan, what is a conventional loan, VA loan, what the differences are. Also learn about down payment assistance programs, all these other different programs. Keep in touch with the market on what the interest rates are doing and stuff like that. Because I've back in the day, me and Jerry, my business partner, we used to get a lot of clients by just telling them about down payment assistance. One of the biggest problems that I feel like people have when they're looking to buy a home that they think is, we don't have 20% down, or we don't have enough money down. And the reality is, you don't need 20% down if you're buying a primary, right? That's only on an investment. But a lot of people, that's a huge misconception in the industry, is that people think they need 20% down to buy a home. That's incorrect. You only need 3% down on a first-time home buyer conventional program, 3.5% down on an FHA loan. So, and then after you're a first-time home buyer on a conventional, it's 5% after that. So anywhere from 3 to 5% down to buy a home on a $300,000 home, that's anywhere from $9,000 to $15,000 saved up, right? But then you got to add some of the closing costs. But, if you get them on a down payment assistance program that covers most of the down payments, maybe they got to put down 1%. And then if we can convince the seller to also cover their closing costs, most of their closing costs or all their closing costs, and even if we contribute some money as well, these clients, these first-time home buyers could potentially be buying a home for less than it would cost to rent a place. Because when you're renting a place, you got to put first month security plus the first month, say it's $2,500 a month. For the rent, that's $5,000 plus security, plus all that stuff. They're paying like anywhere from $6,000 plus to move into a house. If we can get them into purchasing a home for that price or less, don't you think that's a great idea? And those are the conversations that I typically have with the clients, and just kind of try to educate them. I'm not pushy, but I try to let them know. And, if they're receptive, then I say, hey, let me put you in contact with one of my lending partners, and they can answer any questions that you have, because you might actually qualify for more than you think that you can, and you might be able to buy a house sooner than you think that you normally would be able to. You just got to explore that. But they got to be open to it, right? We can't push them into buying a house. But as long as we have that information and we're educating them, that's the first step. You're doing yourself a favor there. But that's my little rant on here. But either way, so we got this girl here. She came in on a rental. This is a property in Tempe. I know that my agent already talked to her, so I just got to really schedule the tour with her. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to actually open up the MLS as well on the side here so that we can look at the listings that she wants to do. So I'm going to do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. This is going to be like an inside scoop on just the lead follow-up, tour scheduling type of thing. So I like to have MLS open here also, so that when I'm talking to the client, and what I typically do is I'll take the listing that she inquired about. Here's the MLS number, put it in here, look at it. So this one's pending right now. This is 5th Street Apartments in Tempe right here. So what I'll do is pull up another window and just go on a map, and I'll zoom in and try to see if there's anything else available over there under rental. Make sure you change this from sale residential to residential rental. And we'll zoom in here to Tempe. And that was off 5th Street. So, and if you guys aren't familiar with the map and just moving around on the map, and looking at the different neighborhoods and stuff. Get with the times. Come on. Use the map view. It's awesome because it's a great way to explore and really get to know the proximity of, where things are in relation to the homes and stuff. You guys are selling real estate here. You need to be able to find these locations like by map view. At least that's just my 2 cents. If you guys can't find it, then I don't know. So we're right here. So she was looking at this. So what I'll do is just put a box around this property and see if there's anything else for rent. So there's a lot, 26. List view. So she told me that she wanted to look at the 1 bedrooms and the 2 bedrooms. There's a bunch over there. So we'll look at the detail and see who the listing agent is. So Gabrielle. All right. So once again, 1 bedroom rental in Tempe, co-broke, a whopping $300. You know what? Hey, it pays the bills, all right? And I just got a new client. If I can close her, and if she has any friends or family that want to move, then hopefully she'll be using us in the future. So you're planting those seeds. Real estate is a long-term game. Stop thinking about the short-term quick money because that's not real estate. If you want that, then get out of the business and go find something else to do. Because real estate, you're building the relationships, you're planting the seeds, and you're really building a long-term career and a network and a Rolodex of clients. So get that out of your mind about the quick money things. Yes, you can make money quick if you hustle, but more likely than not, what you're really doing is building a business. And the first 2 years are hard. And so I recommend just saying yes to anyone that you can help for the first year of the business. Hey, I'm looking for a rental over here. Can you help? Oh yeah, I'd love to. Just let's talk about it. Or this or that. But just get in the mindset of being open to helping people and not saying no. Be a yes man or woman. But anyway, so $300 co-broke. So there's plenty over there. So we're gonna call her and just see what's up. So I'm going to log into my phone's right here, by the way. I'm going to log in here, find her profile, and then call her through my phone, and hopefully you guys can hear the phone call. Oh my goodness, I have so many notifications going on my phone right now. I'm trying to move it while I'm looking at the lead name. There it is. Okay, I'm going to call Miss Caitlin, and then we'll see. So our system here in Lofty, what happens is it has a virtual number, so it calls my phone first. I have to answer it, and then it'll call the lead. I'm putting it on speaker right now. And here is our text message chain over the last couple of days. So I really do need to follow back up with her because she said that they were supposed to look at it with one of our agents. Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record your message. I don't typically like to leave voicemails that much. I'll just follow up with a text message right here. So in my Lofty system here, you can see this. This is the phone system through the app for Lofty. So I'll just indicate right here one of the 5 things that occurred, which is she did not answer. And then I'll put a note right here just saying she didn't answer. I'm going to follow up via text message, and then the quality was good. So that's it. It's always good in the CRM. Great practice to take notes on anything. Any conversations, any updates, because if you have a partner or somebody who's covering for you when you go on vacation, they can jump into the lead profile and see exactly the history of the lead follow-up. If you're not doing that, then you're not helping anybody and you're not helping yourself, because down the road, say you get in contact with this lead in 3 months or 6 months or 7 months, you can refer back, hey, like I called you last and you ghosted me, or, last time we spoke, you said you really loved the pizza over spinato. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? You can refer back to these notes and it makes you look like a rock star. And plus, it's just good practice. So take notes in a CRM, get out of the Google spreadsheets, get a CRM. I'm just going to put in notes real quick. Called, did not answer, will follow up via text. And then I'm going to go ahead and save that here in the profile, and I'll show you in here in the computer where it shows in a second. So hi Kate, Lynn, happy Monday. Just tried calling you to schedule a time. I'm pretty available this week. Let me know what day and time works best, and we can get out and look. So yeah, quick story. She was working with one of our agents, and he couldn't help her anymore. So I am taking over, and she wanted to look at a 1 and a 2 bedroom over at that development here that I showed you guys, this one. And, so once we get a day and a time for her, I can contact Gabriel and just say which ones are available for her move-in date. If you're not familiar with the MLS right here, that's a whole different thing. We actually have a video. I don't know how far deep I've covered in that video. I forgot now, it was a year ago. But go watch it. It'll kind of get you going with the MLS. But this is what we call the MLS Plano sheet. It's all the information that we need to know about the listing. But right here, date available. So this particular unit is available right now. So I'm thinking this is a new development they just completed, and they're just leasing it up. They're trying to get every room rented pretty much. Application, we do not use showing time, which if you guys are in our industry, you know that we did showing time and we started using aligned showings, which is a new showing service. It's actually a lot better too. In my opinion, the user interface and stuff than Showing Time. Plus, Showing Time is a Zillow company, and I hate Zillow. So, no request is needed to show, no rental disclosure provided. So, anyway, we're going to move on to the next lead because, okay, so what I would do from here is I would move her to a hot lead because she's been pretty responsive. I think we can close her. It's just a matter of putting in the time and the effort into following up with her, and I think we can find her something. So that's a pretty hot lead, pretty likely to close. What I typically do here under segments, I've created these segments right here, which are just like labels or a different type of group. So I just did nurture and then every month. And what that means is that I need to follow up with them that month. So right now it's January. If I don't convert her this month, then I will be reminded when I follow up with my leads again February 1st to follow up with her in February. And I'll show you guys how I do that. But right now, let's get through these 7 leads quickly. Okay, so next one, Reginald Smith. So I'm going to scroll down and just see what's going. Inquire about the property, its availability. Please contact if still available with residential fee if available. So we're going to call this Reginald, this gentleman, and see if we can help him out. Reginald Smith. Okay, so I'm finding the lead profile through Lofty app on my phone, so I can call him through there. I can call right here through the CRM on the computer, and if I hit call, it should call my phone. But since I'm recording this video right now, I don't know if it's going to mess with the recordings. So I'm just going to do it directly through my phone so I don't mess with any of the recordings that I'm doing right now. So I'm going to call him, but first, always look at what they inquired about. Look into this property because you don't want to call them and then not have any answers. You want to know what you're talking about first. So we're going to call this person. So this listing is canceled. Let's see if they put any notes. We do not use showing time. Oh, this is also Gabriel. Wow. So let's call him and see why they canceled it, because it might still be available. It's just canceled. So we're going to call the office here, 602-584-5844. 5130, call, speaker.
Hi, you've reached the leasing team at Opulent Real Estate Group. If you are a prospective tenant interested in a property, please either text or leave a voicemail, and we will respond as soon as humanly possible. If you are a realtor, please check the private remarks of any listing in MLS for any up-to-date notes. Otherwise, feel free to text or leave a voicemail with additional questions. We do review this line several times per day, Monday through Saturday. Thank you, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. Bye-bye.
Okay, so they didn't answer. Typical property management companies. They're not my favorites, but, you know, it is what it is. So I'm going to text them here on my phone, 584-5130. Hi, is 1914 Hayward number unit 14 still available? I see it's canceled in MLS. And then I'll just do hyphen Stephen Villabona, PADLAB, so they know that I'm an agent. And we'll just kind of go from there. You can also, in the MLS here, click on this little guy right here. You can also contact agent that way, and just say, hi, Gabrielle, I see this listing is canceled. Would it happen to still be available? I have a client who may be interested. So you can send a message that way direct through the MLS, or you can just pull the email address right here and go into your email and send an email that way. But let's call Reginald anyway and just see what's up and see. So right here, the lead populated December 12th. So that's almost a month. It's over a month old now. No response. Rotated through all of our agents. And then our system started sending him automated emails based on this property's specs. So the nice thing about Lofty is that it does that through engagement right here. When the lead populates in here, it'll set an automatic property alert based on the property that they inquired about. So similar properties, they'll just start emailing them automatically. You can turn off those settings if you don't want those property alerts to automatically set up through the settings tab. It's actually a very robust system. And then right now, this one alert based on the search criteria, and it shows you right there what that search criteria is, anything less than $1,100 in that zip code only for rent. So, and that's sending bi-weekly. You can see it right there. Let's go back to activities real quick. So he has not opened any of these. So you can see they're all closed envelopes. If they open it, it'll be, what is it called? An open envelope. So it's kind of cool too. The system shows you if they're, opening your emails and just not responding to you. It's interesting. But so engagement, you can go in here and change the engagement too if it's not correct. So we're zooming out, and he's just looking right here, 85021 zip code, which I think is like right there, for any properties for rent under $1,100. So that's what he's being sent. And right now there's only 4 results, these 4. And this is through Lofty system, which isn't bad. I sometimes like to pull actual lists through the MLS just to make sure that I'm getting everything, because I don't know how much syndicates over to Lofty's little MLS system here via, like our MLS. So I just want to make sure we have everything and the most accurate information. Sometimes I like to pull listings from the MLS, but for now, this is a great way to just kind of have something automatically sent to them through their profile, and then you can kind of monitor it also. Just make sure that you update their search criteria here when you speak to them, which we're going to call them right now. Sorry, I'm kind of explaining everything. I want you guys to understand like the process, the mindset behind it all. Normally, I would be knocking through these leads quicker, but since I'm kind of explaining everything, you know how it is. But let's call Reginald and see what's up. Hopefully you guys can hear that.
Please leave your message for
Reginald.
Well, it is him, so that's a good sign. Once again, I don't really like to leave voicemails. I'll usually send a text message, and I'll show you what I'm going to send. But real quick, I'm going to put in my notes on the phone call once again here because I called through the app. So now it prompts me what happened, what was the outcome. So did you talk to him? Did you leave a voicemail? Did you no answer, bad number, or do not call? And that's actually really nice too. The bad number, do not call. If you put that in there, the system will then work around, based that the phone number is either a bad number or they're on the do not call list. But once again here, the outcome is no answer. And I'm just going to voice text it now. Called, comma, no answer, period. We'll follow up via text message, period. So I called, there was no answer, and then I will follow up via text message. Alrighty, and let's save that. Now, in Reginald here, if I refresh, you'll see now that if you have your virtual number set up here through Lofty, if you pay for the call plan, which I have the standard, it's $15 extra a month, then you can have call recording. You can actually make phone calls through here. By default, Lofty, you just get text messages through your virtual number. You don't get phone calls. So you got to pay $15 and you get like 500 minutes a month, which is perfectly fine for me. I don't call that much because I'm not doing this full time. I'm managing the brokerage and doing other marketing stuff as well. But if I was a full-time agent, I would be calling constantly because that's the only way that you're going to get business is by talking to people. And if you're not talking to people, you're not getting business, okay? Get that through your head. Get that through. No, I'm just kidding. But seriously, it's the truth. So you can listen to the phone call here. It's 45 seconds. And then you can also view the call result, which, like I just showed you on my phone, also then shows up here. I called, no answer, we'll follow up. So it's a really nice feature in here as well, because if you're driving on the road and you're talking to a client that just calls you and it's recording the phone call, and say they called you on your virtual number, it'll record the call. You can then revert back to the recording when you get home. And so you don't have to take any notes. You can just listen to the phone call and then you take notes and then you can follow up with them there. Hey, just want to let you know I was driving earlier, but I got all the information that you told me on the phone call and I will be working on whatever it is that I need to be working on. So for this particular case, Mr. Reginald, we attempted to make contact with you and we did not. So I'm going to move that pipeline. And as far as the sales pipeline goes, every business has a sales pipeline starting from new leads all the way down to a closed lead. And we want to keep pushing them down that pipeline as much as we can until, from new to close all the time. So every time we get this, we want to clear out our new leads every single day so that no new leads are not spoken to. So Reginald, we moved him to attempted contact. Ideally, we'd want to move him to either hot or escrow or closed. But after one day, we can't do escrow or closed just yet. So, but yeah, just reviewing his notes one more time. Inquiring about the property, its availability. Please contact if it's still available. Residential fee if available. So it's not really clear what. Yeah, I guess he wants to know some of the move-in fees, but I want to talk to him first before I start sending him all those numbers. You just never know, right? You want to vet your clients and make sure you pre-qualify them just like a buyer. any of the rental leads, all your leads. You want to pre-qualify them. You don't be wasting your time. For all I know, Reginald could be looking to move in 2025. That's not really going to help me or him right now because the rentals, you really should only be looking out no more than a month and a half before your move date. Anything more than that, I would put them into nurture pipeline, and I would put the segment here to follow back up with them in, like, say, March, if they're looking to move like April, right? Because there's nothing we could do for them right now in January. We're going to look at places, waste time, and then, the owners, they're not going to allow them to lease the place in March. They want somebody in there now. You got to let people know that. Because a lot of clients, they don't understand that. You have to put 60-day notice in on their apartments. And, yeah, I mean, I get the challenge, right? They want to put 60-day, 90-day notices, and they want to get their apartments locked in and know where they're moving right away. But unfortunately, that's not the way that this business works in the private sector, which is private, meaning they're privately owned condos by individuals. We just don't have the magic crystal ball that shows us which ones are going to be coming available. So we just got to work with the current inventory that's active, and those are usually vacant now. And so people, typically 30 days, if somebody's looking and we're looking at a vacant property now, the owner will typically hold it for about 30 days, but nothing more than that. So, okay, we did all what we got to do here. I called, no answer. We'll follow up. Let's text Reginald. Oops. Those are all the existing text messages that you have, so he wouldn't be in there just yet. So I'm going to start a new text right here. And Lofty is awesome because it has this AI system too. So writing assistant. So self-introduction. Hi, Reginald. I'm Stephen Villabona, professional real estate agent at PADLAB with years of experience and expertise. I'm here to assist your friend. That's cool, but I'm going to write something a little more simple. Hi, is this Reginald? Stephen Villabona, broker with PADLAB. Just checking in with your real estate needs this year. Let's see how that goes. And it's always like a test, right? To see what text script kind of catches. So we moved that segment to attempted contact. Let's just move him to February in case, because we don't really know. He could be July, whatever, but we do want to, if we don't talk to him this month, we want to try to follow up with him again in February. So let's go to the next one. And as you can see, these leads keep going down. There used to be 7, now there's 5, because we moved 2 of them out of the new lead category. So we got 5 left, and then we'll be clear of the new leads. So Mecca love. All right, next one. So just looking at the message that came in from our website here on December 11th. So this person's asking us if we participate in Section 8 program, which we don't. And secondly, the way that our website is, a lot of people think that we are the actual apartment itself, like the sales center. We're not. The website, and you guys can visit it, it's eastvalleyurban.com. And then it's broken down by Scottsdale, Phoenix, Tempe. And then from there, it's a bunch of really cool properties that we like to work with. But we're not like the sales center there. So a lot of people will like inquire or call us asking us if we, as the apartment, participate in these programs. And then also what else happens? A lot of people will call us and say, hey, I got a delivery, and it's like, we're not the property, sorry, call the HOA. But let's call her and just let her know. I don't want to leave her hanging, but it's not anything that we can really help her with. Mecca love. So I'm going to find her here in my phone. I'm going to call her. And I'm just going to let her down nicely, saying, hey, we don't work with Section 8. So I'll probably put this.
Hello.
Hi, is this Mecca Love?
Who's calling?
Hi, my name is Steven. I'm a broker with PADLAB Real Estate. How are you?
This is a what? A
I-
broker.
Yeah, I'm a real estate agent with PADLAB. So you inquired on our website about a month ago on a property. You were asking us if we participate in Section 8. And apologies on the delay, but we've been so busy for the holidays. I wanted to get back to you and just let you know that we don't. But did you end up finding somewhere?
Oh, you say y'all don't? So not yet, but I'm on Section 8, so that's what I'm looking for.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm sorry that we can't help you, Mecca, but best of luck and Happy New Year, okay?
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. It is what it is. So I'm going to go ahead and just put in the notes here. Called and spoke with Mecca, let her know that we do not work with Section 8, apologized, and wish her a Happy New Year. Lost lead. So I just am noting that I'm going to convert this to a lost lead because it's just a lead that we cannot help. And so for me, based on the pipelines, the only time that I put somebody in a lost lead is either somebody who we're not going to help. They're moving out of state. Like there's no chance of us ever getting their business again. Or they are working with another agent, or just those cases. But if it's somebody who, like for a rental, for instance, rented already, but their lease is going to be up in a year, I can put them into nurture, and then whatever month their lease ends, say it ends in June, I'll probably do it 2 months prior, like April, and then I could follow up with them next year, and I'll put in the notes right here, follow up next year, April 2025. So that maybe we can earn their business. And then what we can also do is activate a smart plan, which these are like the automations. So you can build out your own smart plans as complicated or as simple as you want. And they actually have some built in here through Lofty as well. And it's just as simple as, emailing them once a month, every other month, quarterly, or in this particular case, not Mecca's, but like say hypothetically, she was like, I already rented and I'm looking next year. Then I could put a smart plan to activate like in April of 2025. And it would say, hey, Mecca, Steven here. We spoke a year ago. Your lease is ending soon. Wanted to see if you had any plans once for your lease expiration. And then that would activate like an email that would send out automatically. And then we could also do like maybe a text message follow up like a day or two later. And then we can also then activate like a prompt like a task that would tell me, hey, you need to call her to check in. So it's just kind of like a way to help us follow up. So those are very powerful. But once again, like any other system, you got to utilize these things and you got to use them and learn how to put those in. But for this case, Mecca, I'm sorry, we cannot help. I'm putting lost. And the call result here, oops. So I didn't save it in the phone yet, so it didn't refresh. So I'm going to save that, and I'm going to refresh it now. And there's the notes. So the one thing I don't like about the call note is that it doesn't show. So I'll just add it here as a note, pin it to the top, and then add it as a note. And then it'll be right here. And it'll stay there so I can see it. So if I see her name again or she comes in as another lead, I can look at this note and just refer back and say, hey, we spoke back in 2024. So that's it for her. So next, we got James Gordon. Okay, this is spam. What if I told you that you could start generating massive free text or traffic? So we're going to go lost. I like to just remove this from the categories and just put other. And then I will put in here, spam, deleting, pin to the top, add the note so it's there. And then I will just go through here and delete this lead. Okay, so next, Mackenzie. So she inquired beginning of December, so over a month ago on this rental. Let's look at it and see. It is still active. There you go. So what I'd like to do is always call. Avalon is a 12-unit complex featuring 3 distinct buildings, recently renovated. So I like to call to make sure it's still available, because there's no point in calling the lead. Well, I don't want to call the client Mackenzie if this is like not available anymore and then not have that information. You know what I'm saying? So I like to just be prepared, know what you're talking about. You got to be adding value every time that you're talking with these leads. Don't just call and ask for business. You got to add value. People want to work with people who are providing value.
Your call has been forwarded to the voicemail for main number voicemail box. No
All right.
one is available.
We're just striking out every day, every call today. Let's try a call one more time. Sometimes it gets bogged down in the system and doesn't ring. Let's call one more time.
Your call has been forwarded to the
And I'm calling the listing agent, Kyle, right here for this property. Mr. Pittman is not answering, so I'm going to text him. Hey, Kyle, Stephen Villabona, broker with PADLAB, period. I have a client interested in your rental listing, 6622 Avalon, period. Is that still available? Question mark. So I just sent up a quick text. It's been on the market for 100 days. Original lease price was $2,500, and they dropped it down to $1,650. You know, the rental prices are coming down, so let's call Mackenzie and see what she has to say. Where are we at? I forgot what I was doing for a second. I'm sorry. Been a long weekend, all right? It's Monday, 12:30. It's lunchtime. Bear with me, all right? Mackenzie. All right. Got her right here. I'm going to call her. Calling. All right.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available.
I mean, you got to keep in mind, too, it's Monday, middle of the day. People are either in school or working. So it is what it is. Called, comma, no answer, period. We'll follow up via text message, period. And then I'll send her a text. So just a quick note. Hi, is this Mackenzie? Stephen Villabona, broker with PADLAB, just calling on a rental inquiry you sent. Just keep it short and sweet. Okay, attempted contact. And she also did not say when she was looking to move. That's like the main thing that I really want to do, want to know. When you're talking to these people, I mean anybody, buyers or clients, you want to know the full story, or renters, I mean. The who, what, when, where, why. Like, who are you? When do you want to move? Where do you want to move to? Why are you trying to move? You know all these things. Then it helps you figure out what the best options and solutions are for them. You know. So she doesn't say. So I'm just going to put follow up February so that I remember to follow up. And once we're done down here, I'm going to show you how I utilize this segment feature once again. And you could tell me whether you like it or not in the comments. If you have a better tactic for follow-up that's been more successful for you in the past, I'm literally all ears, because I'm just working off of what I've developed over my kind of like career path, and I'm always open to doing things more efficiently. So, bola. I love this property. I'm ready to move it tomorrow. Please let me know ASAP. Okay. I'll let you know. I should let you know back in December. That's unfortunate. So once again, it sends the engagement emails bi-weekly by default, and she didn't open. I'm assuming it's a she. It could be a he. I don't know. They didn't open any of them. So what I'm going to do is get that MLS number, put it in here, and check out the property, and it's still active for a low rate of $14,000 a month. All right, let's call Caroline Auza. So this is a seasonal. You can see right here, residential rental, and then it has the calendar. That means it's a seasonal rental. And
Caroline.
Oops. Hi, Caroline. Stephen Villabona, broker with PADLAB. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Hey, I had a lead that came in, was inquiring about a seasonal rental at 2 Biltmore Estates.
Uh-huh.
And I just wanted to call to double check some info before I spoke with them.
Okay.
So it's 310. And I'm looking on the MLS. It's showing that it's available for the rest of January, but then it's booked. The rest.
Yes, it's available the rest of January, then it's booked February, March, April, and then it's available.
Available again after that. Okay.
Yep.
Cool. Is there anything that we should know about? Let me look if the rates are down below.
The rates are in there for it's $14.9 a month for January, February, March, April, May, and then after that it'll go down to 12.
Okay. So 14.9 for January and May, and then 12
and
for
then
the rest.
12 for the rest of the months. Yep.
All the way back through December?
Back through until the season, yes.
Okay. Okay, perfect. Thank you, Caroline.
Okay. Alrighty. Bye.
Bye. Okay. I mean, this is a really nice place. 3 bed, 4 bath, 5,000 square foot, all inclusive, furnished, and you're paying for, I mean, look at this place. Stunning. People got money. This dining area is bigger than my living room. We all got to start somewhere though, right? But listen, man, I mean, this client right here is the client. Like, you help these people out, even if it's a short-term rental, even if you're getting paid $200 for this. If this person, I mean, they obviously want to come visit here. If they like it here enough, they want to buy a place, and you help them now, who do you think they're going to call when they want to buy? So let's call them and see what's going on. Okay, Bola. So I'm going to search for their name here. Oops. In my Lofty app. Bola. And let's, oops. So there was a chat. No, there wasn't. Okay. I thought that I had a text message chat with this client already. I was going to look at the history there, but there's nothing here. This is the full history. If we had text message chain, it would be right here, which it says 0, or phone calls. So I'm just going to keep it on that all view. I have them right here. I'm going to call.
Please leave your message for...
I hung up too early. I wanted to hear what it said. If it was just, you want to confirm, because sometimes it'll say, please leave a message for, and then just the phone number. But sometimes it'll be their voice saying their name. So you want to just double check that. Usually our leads from our website, East Valley Urban, are verified. Like, it is the accurate numbers. We're not just scrubbing these numbers off the internet. Like, they're giving it to us. So, called, comma, no answer, period, will follow up via text message, period. So put in the notes for the phone call. If I refresh this system here, you'll see it right there. We will move this to attempted contacts. We will put this for February. One of my agents is calling me, so I'm going to tell him that I'm going to call him back, because I want to finish this up real quick. So let's text. Okay, so I sent a text message to that client. I put in a segment to follow up, and we are good. So last lead, let's go. Okay, so Ricardo came in through Google, not through our website. And I don't know, I think sometimes people maybe search. I mean, we have a presence on Google Business, good reviews. So sometimes maybe people will just follow find our profile there, and then maybe click on the website link that way. Okay. So Ricardo came in through Google, and he started doing a bunch of searches. Right here you can see like all the different searches, Phoenix type, by rentals, sorted by high to low. And then he started looking at this rental for $15,000, and then he started looking at rentals for $1,000. And then he put in a message December 4th, which I don't believe any of us ever followed up with, that he actually wanted to see these places. So he requested 2 showings. And then he requested, let's see. So, yep, that's pretty much it. And then he got a notice, like an email, just welcoming him to PADLAB, and then got auto emails, kept searching 3 days later. And then he got a couple of emails as well, but no follow-up from anybody on our team. Obviously, it's still in the new leads category, so we're going to call him and just double check and see. So these 2 properties, we can look to see if they're still available. So 3350 Northview Avenue. 3350 Northview Avenue. So this is a seasonal also. Sometimes I like to double check here in the history, because a lot of times these seasonals will also be listed as just a regular rental. So right now it's only that one. It was a rental last year too, and they closed at $1,350. But yeah, so sometimes, but you could see here that as long as the agent is making sure that this is up to date, This property is not available at all until April 1st, and then it goes back unavailable again. So pretty much this property is not available. Let's click on here and see what he was looking at, because it'll pull it up on our website here. So it looks like it's the same property. Yeah. So the only other thing I would double check here is the MLS number 663-6624, 663-6624. So it is the same one. It is a seasonal, and that's the one thing is our company website here, the IDX through here doesn't indicate that this is a seasonal rental. So when they're browsing our website, they're looking at it. It looks like it's just available rental when it really isn't available. So that's kind of the challenge sometimes. So I just got to call them and let them know. But that's the first one. The other one is 2709 Willetta 3. 2709 3. I love our MLS search right here because it's pretty advanced that you can search with just general keywords. So it didn't show up. How do I spell Willetta? 2 T's. So it didn't show up 2709 number 9, but it came up with Willetta. Why is this one not coming up? Oh, it's number 3. Why did I think it was number 9? So yeah, what I was trying to say is you can search for it with just the address and the unit number. Okay, maybe you can't. I mean, you can usually, but this case it's not really working. So we're going to do 2709 Willetta 3. Boom. It's right there. So this is the one the last one, because it's the highest number, 66 versus 41. So we want to click here. It expired. 1 bed, 1 bath. It was available October, and then they took it off market January 5th. So it might still be available. So let's call the agent. And just letting you know, I got a text message from Bola saying they are still interested right here. Can we jump on a quick phone call in 5 minutes? Okay, so we're going to follow back up with Bola. Oh, gosh. I didn't want to do it just now. I want to finish up with Ricardo first. So we're going to call Ricardo and see what's up. Sorry, I'm just trying to find Ricardo in my phone so I can call him. Ricardo. Okay, so we're going to call Ricardo right now. Let's go. Haven't really talked to anybody today yet. Sorry, guys.
But the person you called has a voicemail box that has not been set up yet.
Called, went straight to voicemail, period. We'll try a second time right now, period. Let's try one more time, because sometimes, like, if he's making a phone call and then I call, it'll do something like that. So let's just try it one more time.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
But the person you called has a voicemail box that...
So his phone might be off or something. Called, straight to voicemail, period. We'll follow up via text message, period. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore half the time. I'm just doing this, and my stomach is grumbling right now. I'm hungry. So I'm going to do attempted contact segment. Did he say when he wants to move? Didn't really say. So I'll just do February. And the reason why I'm doing February, I don't know. I guess I should put January, because it is still early January. But at the very minimum, it's like a fail-safe. Like at least I'll follow up next month, if anything. I mean, these leads are already a month old anyway. So text. Hi, Is this Ricardo? Stephen Villabona, broker with PADLAB. Got your inquiry for rentals last month. Are you still in the market? All right. So that's that. Bola did not respond yet about, I'll try to call them. Okay, so we're done with all the leads. We moved the pipeline. So now when we go back to people, I want to show you how I utilize the segments. So what I will do, filter last month. Okay, so that's how I did all the leads. So now under segments, when you go into people, you can search by, okay, so it's February 1st now. I'm going to go to February. And then these are all the leads that I need to follow up with. That's as simple as it is, how it works. So March, like say it's March 1st now, I'm going through my lead follow-up. I click March. These are the leads that I notated in my system that I need to follow up with in March. Same thing for April, May, June. And to be honest with you, I'm backlogged, so I probably should do my follow-ups back from like August, September, October, because I need to do all these months and then go back to January. So what I will typically do here, since there's no leads showing up, I need to shut off some of these filters and just do reset. And then August, for instance, September, like there's a bunch of leads that we need to follow up with. So what I would typically do is maybe click on September and then follow up with like the hot ones first. So I'll go through here and call like James Hill. So these are actually agents that I was trying to recruit, not clients. But yeah, anyway, so that's how we use the segments. It's pretty simple. So once again, there's 157 leads. We need to get out. Let's go reset. And now that it's January, these are all the leads that we need to follow up with for January. And I have my other agents in here as well. So what I'll do is just filter it out and show mine. I can literally show only mine by default, but I'm just going to click my name. So I have 21 leads that I need to follow up with this month. So I'm going to follow up with them in another video. But I just wanted to get this initial video out to kind of show you the general follow-up routine that I utilize. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Like and follow for more content like this. We're going to be doing more training videos this year. Real estate, mortgage, just general sales training that we have recorded. We just haven't uploaded. Just really a lot of value when it comes to this business. We also have podcasts that we're doing with a lot of our colleagues, friends, acquaintances, and stuff like that. So it's not going to just be about real estate. It's just going to be about life and business. So that's going to be fun. And then we also do property tours. So if you just like just general real estate content and tours too, and just seeing really cool properties, you can check that out as well. So be sure to follow us here on YouTube and then also follow us on Instagram, PADLAB AZ. Those are the two main profiles that we use just for our content is, once again, YouTube and Instagram. LinkedIn also. But anyway, reach out if you have any questions. Stephen Villabona, PADLAB, designated broker. Take care. Bye.